Hey everyone, it's wonderful to have you with me today. I'm truly excited to dive into this topic with you. Overcoming imposter syndrome. It's something so many of us silently struggle with, and today we're going to unpack it together, heart to heart. Whether you're joining me during a break or you've set aside dedicated time to be here, know that this moment is about you and your growth. So, have you ever felt like you're just not enough, despite the evidence all around you showing otherwise? Or questioned your own achievements, thinking they might just be sheer luck? If so, you're absolutely not alone. This pervasive feeling, known as imposter syndrome, affects so many of us. Let's explore this deeply and find ways to overcome it. Understanding and addressing imposter syndrome is crucial for our personal development and well-being. Today we'll unravel its complexities, share real-life stories, and arm ourselves with effective strategies. By the end, I hope you'll feel empowered and ready to embrace your true potential. This video is going to be a blend of personal anecdotes, actionable insights, and some profound wisdom that I believe can truly help you in your journey. So let's get into it. Imposter syndrome, or that chronic feeling of being a fraud despite evident success, is more common than we think. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out in your career or if you're a seasoned professional. It's like an unseen shadow that can lurk behind every achievement. But here's the good news. We can shine a light on that shadow and diminish its power. Imposter syndrome manifests in various ways. Constant self-doubt, the fear of being found out, and the relentless pressure to overwork are just a few of its many faces. It can be paralyzing, preventing us from recognizing and celebrating our true achievements. Let's break down these aspects to understand them better. First, here's the issue of self-doubt. This is where you constantly second-guess your abilities, even when there's ample evidence that you're competent and capable. Self-doubt can make you feel like you're just not cut out for the task at hand, no matter how much experience or expertise you actually have. And then there's the fear of being found out. It's that nagging thought in the back of your mind that people will one day realize you're not as talented or as knowledgeable as they think. This fear can lead to anxiety and stress, and often result in overworking yourself to prove your worth. Lastly, the need to overwork. People with imposter syndrome often feel they need to be perfect in their work to avoid being unmasked as a fraud. This can lead to burnout and a lack of work-life balance, which ultimately affects your overall well-being. Let me share a story with you. I remember speaking with a brilliant graphic designer who constantly felt she was about to be exposed as a fraud, despite her accolades and compliments from clients. Her story mirrors that of many who feel their successes don't belong to them. Let's call her Anna. Had received multiple awards for her design work, yet every time she completed a project, she was filled with dread. She kept thinking, this is the one where they'll realize I'm not that good. Her colleagues admired her creativity and dedication, but Anna couldn't see it herself. Anna's story is a common narrative. Many of us have been there, thinking our achievements are just flukes, that we're not truly deserving of our success. This mindset can be incredibly isolating and detrimental to our mental health. But the silver lining here is that by recognizing and talking about these feelings, we can start to dismantle them. Anna, she began to see her situation differently when she started sharing her feelings with a mentor. She realized that her fears were shared by many and that her talents were real and valued. Now that we've explored the challenge, let's talk about solution. Here are a few strategies to help you combat imposter syndrome. First up, document and celebrate your successes. This might sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Keep a journal where you just note down your achievements, no matter how small they seem. For instance, if you successfully managed a difficult project, write it down. Reflect on the skills and the efforts that went into it. Over time, this practice helps you build a tangible record of your accomplishments, which can serve as a reminder of your capabilities when self-doubt creeps in. Another effective strategy is to embrace vulnerability. Open up to trusted friends or mentors about your feelings. Sharing your struggles can be a huge relief, and you'll often find that others have experienced similar feelings. This shared vulnerability can create a supporting network that lifts you up when you're feeling low. Balancing discipline with adaptability is also key. Create a routine that includes taking time to acknowledge your achievements daily, yet remain flexible enough to adapt and grow through constructive feedback. For example, set aside a few minutes at the end of each day to jot down what you accomplished and how you feel about it. So let me share an example. A writer that I know sets aside time each week to review positive feedback from readers. She balances this by also looking at areas for improvement, but in a constructive way. This routine helps her maintain a balanced perspective on her work and her growth. Remember, discipline helps in creating a habit, but adaptability ensures that you can adjust and evolve. It's about finding that sweet spot where you're consistent in and acknowledging your progress while being open to learning and to growth. Let's engage with some thought-provoking question. What if we viewed our feelings of inadequacy as a sign that we are pushing our boundaries and growing? How would that change our approach to imposter syndrome? Think about it. Every time you feel like an imposter, it's likely because you are stepping into new territory and challenging yourself. Instead of seeing this as a negative, we can reframe it as a positive indicator of growth and expansion. Experts suggest developing a growth mindset as a significant help in overcoming imposter syndrome. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort and time. Realize that you're at work in progress, learning and evolving. Each perceived shortcoming is simply a stepping stone on your journey. So this perspective allows you to see failures or mistakes not as proof of inadequacy, but as opportunities for learning. Renowned psychologist Carol Dweck, who coined the term growth mindset, found that people with this mindset are more resilient and more likely to achieve their goals. By adopting this mindset, you can start to see your journey as a continuous process of development. You're not static, and your worth isn't defined by individual successes or failures. It's about cumulative effort and progress over time. Now, let's talk about evaluating the methods we use. It's important to experiment with different strategies to find what works best for you. Whether it's journaling or capturing achievements, seeking feedback from peers, or just setting regular reflection periods, find a balance that fosters growth without overwhelming. Take the time to assess what methods resonate most with you. For instance, if you find that journaling helps you recognize and celebrate your progress, stick with it. If feedback from peers gives you a balanced view of your strengths and areas for improvement, make it a regular part of your routine. So setting clear, attainable milestones is crucial. Long-term goals, they provide the direction and the purpose you need, but it's the small incremental steps that make them achievable. Maybe it's gaining a new certification, completing a challenging project, or simply speaking up more in meetings. Track and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. For example, if your goal is to overcome the fear of public speaking, Start with small steps. Begin by speaking up in smaller meetings and gradually build up larger audiences. Each step forward is a victory and should be acknowledged. Tracking your progress can also include keeping a record of feedback and reflections. This not only helps you see how far you've come, but also highlights areas where you can continue to improve. Let's take a moment for introspection. Reflect on these questions. When do you feel the most like an imposter? What triggers these feelings? How can you shift your perspective in those moments? Such reflection is crucial because it helps you identify patterns and triggers. For instance, you might notice that you feel like an imposter when you're in a room full of highly accomplished people. Acknowledging this can help you prepare and shift your mindset ahead of time. Discussing potential changes in strategy is also important. Sometimes a shift in approach can make all the difference. If self-doubt strikes frequently in professional settings, consider seeking out a mentor or a coach who can provide objective feedback and support your growth. For example, if you find that your current strategy of working alone isn't yielding the results you want, try integrating more collaborative effort. Working with a team can provide new perspectives and lessen the burden of feeling isolated. The key here is to remain flexible and open to change. What worked for you a year ago might not be effective now, and that's okay. It's about continuously evolving and finding what best supports your growth. As we wrap up, let's summarize how the interplay of inner drive and smart strategies can lead to success in overcoming imposter syndrome. Your inner drive, that intrinsic motivation, pushing you forward, is essential. When paired with smart, adaptable strategies, you create a powerful combination for growth. Stay committed to your personal growth and be responsive to feedback along the way. This synergy between motivation and method ensures that you're not just moving forward blindly, but progressing thoughtfully and effectively. Remember, it's your unwavering commitment to your goals combined with the flexibility to adapt and grow that will lead you to triumph over imposter syndrome. Embrace your journey with all its ups and downs, knowing that each step is a part of your unique path to success. Before we go, I challenge you to start a win journal. Document your daily achievements for the next month and reflect on them. See how this simple practice can shift your self-perception and boost your confidence. Taking this first step can make a huge difference. And for those of you looking to dive deeper, I recommend The Imposter Cure by Dr. Jessamy Hibbert. Also, consider joining Wellsquire community for continuous support and encouragement. We have a curated list of empowering books and articles that can further assist you on this journey. As we part for today, carry this with you. Your journey is unique and significant. Embrace your achievements, however small they may seem. You have the power to overcome imposter syndrome and step into your true potential. Until next time, stay true to your journey and know that we're here, cheering you on every step of the way.